Good morning. Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Let me know in chat, please. We're using the YouTube chat this morning. Hello, hello, hello. What is up, YouTube? I got you, Steven. I actually just saw that this morning. We'll be getting back to you, my friend. Good morning. Happy New Year's Eve. We got New Year's, baby. It's New Year's tonight. Unbelievable. Can you believe the year's gone? Can you believe it? Look at this scan every day, my friends. I hope you're buckled up and getting ready for 2025. It's going to be a fantastic year of trading. A fantastic, fantastic year of trading. I'll be in bed by 9:30. What's New Year's? Happy New Year, my friend. Let's go, Wolves. We're going to get going here in a second. Yep. Morning, morning. So, the pattern continues. Big old gappers, big runners, multi-day runners, sector momentum, you name it, we got it. Okay? You name it, we've got it at the moment. So it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. It's time for everyone to get dialed. Dialed. All right, my friends. Let's get some charts up. Oh, man. Anyone else sick, man? Anyone else getting the fog sickness? They're calling it. Excuse me. My wife's been sick. My wife's been sick last week. My kids were sick last week and this week. And we had in Dallas, we had a crazy fog, like crazy, crazy fog. And everyone's saying it's a toxic fog, like it's funny. Really crazy fog though, for sure. Like the craziest, thickest, densest, weirdest fog I've seen for sure in my lifetime so far. Anyways, I'm getting sick now. It's good times. Here's APM. I don't see any news. You guys have news on APM? All I had this morning was nothing. Financial results on the 23rd for them. Yeah, right? Yeah, there was a movie about that. Here's their daily chart. They did big volume recently, right? Not that recently, but early in the year. They had that push, intraday push from 2 to 18. Okay. They've been on a multi-day move. Yesterday, they did 4 mil. Not a lot. Okay. Only levels I'm really looking at this morning are this 4 area, right? Kind of maybe a 4 hold and a single. And then I'm going to be watching the 2 area for a bounce at some point in the future. I don't know when. Does that make sense? There is a lot running with no news, Lisa. That's correct. Which is fine. We're in a hysterical chasers market right now. Okay. I heard Florida's crazy. Is it foggy anywhere else? I heard it's pretty like crazy fog everywhere. I heard in London and too much movers. I'm getting overwhelmed. What's your advice to lock in? Pick one. Pick 2 or 3. Okay. The way I like to do it is, let's say A, B, C setup for the day. What are my 3 favorite setups? Generally speaking, they're not moving at the exact same time. They can be. But generally speaking, there's a little ebb and flow between my setups. If I have 3, I'm watching, one's pulling, one's pushing, right? Maybe one's consolidating. But all of them I like to contextualize like this, okay? This is super important. If you're just joining me for the first time, it's super, super important, all right? We get to these big runners. First of all, it's up a ton, okay? It's the drones. Totally. First of all, it's up a ton. Don't forget that, right? It's up a ton. It's up from, this stock is up from $1 to right now $4, okay? Overnight. A ton of volume, no real catalyst. So, you know, for my trading process at least, no catalyst. It does take a little bit of conviction away from me. It makes me more single oriented. But we've been in such an amazing squeeze market right now that, you know, you can get away with a lot of stuff. But specifically, the people who are pushing on them the most right now are still the people who are exercising the discipline and patience. Okay, letting these setups come to you, smacking the levels with great risk reward. Right? If I have 2 levels like I do on most, I try to keep it simple. I don't want to be dip buying. You can lose a lot that way. Okay, and by the time it reverses, you're usually beat up anyway. So for me, it's always been a case of be patient, okay? If I'm trying to get like 1 to 3 to VWAP, get 1 to 3 to VWAP, right? What does that mean? I need something in this region, you know, super low 4s to get 1 to 3, just back to VWAP. Then if we get back to pre-market highs, then you're looking at your, you know, the ones that put you really ahead on the month. So I have that idea, and then later on I'll have an idea that looks something like this, perhaps. It might be a first green day bounce. Okay, it might be a 3rd day surge, maybe tomorrow. Okay, because remember, this stuff isn't gonna, if this doesn't spike this morning all the way back to pre-market highs, which it might, this daily chart is not gonna print up here. It's gonna print down here in like the 4s, and it's gonna look like 4s and pull back to 3 or so on the daily chart, right? Because this is gapping up to here, and this is what I'm talking about. It's actually gapping up here to the 4s. Right? So maybe a 3rd day surge and a pullback to the 3s is what I could see. Maybe that happens and we get a 3rd day surge. So I'll be watching for that too later on, potentially. But for this morning, very simple. I got to get good risk reward. And if you guys are doing this over and over and over and over again, obviously there's way more to it. So many good things can happen for you in 2025. If you are Billy in 2025, this is what I've called this person. It's what we call them in the pack. If you are this person who only buys here, but breakouts, even opening range breakouts in small cap specifically, right? So if you get like consolidation this morning like this, right? Or anything like that of this nature like that, right? But if you're the guy who's trading this idea or girl, right, of this breakout, those are areas I like to sell. Okay? I like to get good risk reward to areas that you think you're supposed to be buying at, especially in small cap. And then everything above that, when you're selling to those areas, is bonus. And no one is getting better risk reward than you. Edge, to me, a big part of that is patience and discipline in small cap. Okay. So, sorry. And to answer your question earlier, pick your favorite setups, lock in on them. That's it. If you're having trouble watching too much, pick one. And if something else moves, it's okay. You're going to have chances every single day. ITP. No news. Agreed, Chris. Yeah, one of my biggest adjustments for 2025 is going to be pre-market trading and after-hours trading, by the way. I saw Fifi was popping again. Two areas I'm watching here, potentially. Right? We talk about it. I like buying under VWAP. Almost exclusively, y'all. Almost exclusively. Here's VWAP. Here's another chart. I've been teaching my students this for so long, but specifically recently, just when the chart looks like this and the market is opening, it's up too high. And if it spikes without me. It's a Billy pattern. Understood? For me, I just don't like that idea. It's not good risk reward. It's not. I promise. More often than not. No news there. ITP kind of takes a backseat. This has been this week, you guys. Remember last week what we were getting? Week opens, straight morning spikes. This week we're getting strong opens. Strong opens and small cap, generally speaking, get stuffed when they spike. Generally speaking. Let me know in chat if this makes sense, please, or if I'm alone. Really important. Really, really important to understand this. I'm marking out basic levels of support and resistance, and they hold, you guys. There's your pre-market highs. In other words, I'd be watching for a buck hold on Onco. A buck hold, I usually give it to 91 cents is my line in the sand on buck holds. Maybe you can make a case for like 88 cents here. Okay. But again, sub VWAP, I need it to pull. I need it to come to a level of support. I need it to come to a level that gives me good risk reward. I need it to come to a level that gives me price targets that make sense and that are reasonable, that I can hit, that I know these algos and the people that are dumping every single ticker you're seeing come from 40 cents, 30 cents, 50 cents have shares to dump, y'all. Bunch of shares. Bunch of shares to dump. They're banking. They're banking right now. Understand they're still dumping. They have pre-market volume that is greater than any of the volume that they traded all year or maybe their entire lifespan. Let's look at Onco. This morning they've done 68 million shares, okay, on ONCO. 68 million. That's the most ever, okay? APM. This is really important to understand going into 2025 why I believe pre-market trading, after hours trading is so important right now. They're doing pre-market. Here's APM. APM's done 34 million. It's pre-market, okay? The most they've traded was 75. They once did 40, and they're almost up to 40 already, and it's pre-market. Does that make sense? So in other words, if the volume's there pre-market, it doesn't matter if there's a catalyst or not when you're watching the volume pour in. Okay? It's going to be some adjustment for me trading them at the beginning of the year, I can tell. But just like anything, that's what our job is to do as traders, especially day traders, is to adjust and to adapt. And to do that, you need to be of sound mind and sharp and understand what we're doing here. Market's open in 6 minutes. Got to stay tweet. VRME, verify me. Form 4, they had an 8K recently. I actually see them in places online at times. $1.50, right? This is more of a morning spike pattern for me. It is up 134%, so it is up quite a bit. But it is sub VWAP, right? It's sub VWAP. Why do I have lines on here? They're old lines. Are they? No, they're not. I just made those. Okay. Yeah. That's why. Here's your pre-market highs. Okay. So this is more something that I would expect to spike, you know, first 5 minutes. Everyone smash the like. Let's go. Happy New Year's. Only 7? That's crazy, Seth. That's crazy, bro. I'm just giving away the juice for free like I've been doing. People don't want to listen. This has more of a morning spike pattern for me. I would still like 150s, though, personally. Maybe we see this bit hole, but again, if it doesn't set up like I want it to, in other words, it's not quite right for me. Can I trade it? Yes, but am I less likely to? Yes. Does that make sense, everyone? There's a lot of people not trading today. There's a lot of people not trading today. If I were not here with you guys, I would not be trading today. I would just be with my kids and my family, enjoying the new year together. Does that make sense? VRME. I'd like a $1.50. I'd like that area a little bit better, personally. I could make a case for a tight risk type early trade too, but we'll see on VRME. From a risk reward standpoint, it's already in a better area, is what I'm trying to say. It's already shaken out a lot, is what I'm trying to say. Do you understand that? Please let me know in chat. Please smash the like. Please subscribe. 2025, 2024 is marked for me by my dad's death, and that's all I can remember of the last year, pretty much. A lot of crazy stuff from that, you know, just the fallout and the depression and stuff. 2025, we're taking over. Straight up. That's what's about to go down. And when I say that, I just mean we're going balls to the wall this year, full blown in every facet. And a big part of that is going to be here on YouTube for you guys dropping information. Okay? A huge part of that is just going to be dropping as much free knowledge as I can, as well as working with, you know, my one-on-one students and my Alpha Wolf students to the nth degree this year. It's going to get crazy. Okay? How many years did I spend with my dad? 38 beautiful years. 38. He died at age 84 last year. But he wasn't ready. I didn't think he was ready. You know, he was still so sound of mind. His heart just wouldn't work anymore. Okay. What's up, bud? You over there? What are you crying for? Hey, Nope. Come here. Come here. Big boy voice. Roland, big boy voice. Look at me. Roland already played a game and now he's not letting me play one. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll come talk to him when I'm done here, but you guys are supposed to take turns. Okay. All right? And we're not playing much more video games today after this. Okay? So if this is what's going to happen already and we're going to be crying, then we're not playing today. Deal? Dad's got to work. Not for too long. You hear me? And we're going to have some fun. Deal? Let's see here. I treat my boys differently than I treat my girls. It is what it is. All right. They need different things, in my opinion. I don't mind crying because of video games. That ain't it. Not in this house. He knows that too. All right. And they're only allowed to play on the weekends. Anyways, let's go. Week open on VRME. APM has been pulling a little bit. Remember this stuff, guys. I don't want you to get used to trading these things up this high. Okay? I don't want you to get used to trading these things up this high as a matter of like when the tide turns, a lot of you are not going to have the ability to adapt to this, and when these don't work and they turn into all-day fades, we're talking massive losses for a lot of longs. Okay, anyone who's making anything to the long side will give it back when the tide turns, and the tide will turn at some point. My scan will go back to, we will not have gappers like this, and those gappers will not then move to 500 or 600% like we're seeing. So enjoy it while it's here. Day trade it. Smack the shit out of these markets, okay, with good risk reward, especially singles, you guys. If you're single oriented right now, it's singles galore, okay? It's singles galore at the moment. You're going to get it, Jay. We're going to get it together this year, brother. 100%. Any questions? Any questions before we wrap up? Just pre-market prep here. Just wanted to get in. Actually, for the next, let's see. Look at you. I never met my dad. Yeah. I was very lucky. Agreed. Very lucky. Still fucked me up really, really bad. This year. Hell yeah, man. What religion should I follow to make it in the market? It's so funny. Heard good things about the native religions, peyote and such, you know. Here's the truth. To make it in the markets, you need to develop a system for yourself, okay? A process for yourself, a recipe, a game plan, a playbook, whatever the fuck you want to call it, okay? You need sets of circumstances that give you conviction in various amounts. And then you need to have risk reward according to that conviction across your setups. Then you also, that process needs to involve you buying low and selling it higher. That's all you fucking need. Then in that process, the losses need to be smaller than the wins. It's so simple. Once you have that, then it's about gambling well, and it's about size and experience. That's trading, period, you guys. I don't care what anyone says. It's not as difficult as everyone makes it out to be. And it's exactly as difficult as everyone makes it out to be, in my opinion, because everyone's doing the same shit. I find that if you can just go against the grain and have a system that enables you to cut your losses quickly, okay, in this market, it's going to be hard to miss. Understood? Let me know in chat. Give me some fire if that makes sense to you, chat, before we wrap up. I'm going to get into all these strategies going right into the beginning of next year. Obviously, within my pack. If you guys want to join the pack, I trade live every day, Monday through Friday. We do trader therapy on Fridays. It's the best group out there, period, for long, especially in small cap. Okay. Hit the link down below. We got Christmas, or we got our New Year's, I'm sorry, what is it? Our holiday sale is going through today. It's the last day of our holiday sale at rwtrades.com. Okay. If you want to be in the best room in terms of getting inundated and absolutely just slapped with a ton of knowledge every single day, it's the place to be for next year. And it's the cheapest price we have it right now. So I would definitely jump in there. No. If you're one of my wolves, I'm going to see you guys all in the Discord right after this. And I'll give you final announcements for New Year's and what's going on. But that's what y'all need. Okay? It's not hot picks. It's not YOLO any of this. Okay? I mean, there is some YOLO going on for sure. It's definitely a YOLO market, but I promise you with better entries, you're just going to have much, much better results. All of this stuff is still playing with fire, right? Like any entries up into here, regardless of what this does, okay, are dangerous, guys. This is like short seller 101 entry ideas. And this is what the risk looks like. We always talk about it. The opposite. And this is why I started doing what I did, because I realized, oh, holy shit, this is where Tim Grittani shorts. This is like years ago when I started deciding, you know what? I'm not going to do what everyone says. I'm not buying breakouts. I'm not buying random dips. I'm not buying intraday high day breaks. I'm not chasing morning spikes. I'm not chasing anything, as a matter of fact, anymore. All chasing leads you into a spot where someone has more edge and is going to have a better sell than you. This works for short sellers because this is their risk up here. If you look. Understood? Good short sellers, at least for me. The better ones understand that, like, the same principle. Understood? And they're patient. They're patient. I'm doing the fucking opposite. Does that make sense? Every single person who's short selling up here becomes a what? Let me know, chat. Because right now they're what? Supply. They're a supply. If they're dumping shares, everyone's dumping shares at small cap. All insiders, everyone, they're all always dumping. This is what led me away from there. Okay, I realized, oh, holy shit. If that's their risk reward, then this is what my risk reward is here, because they're right more often than not. At least in the interim or the temporary. Then that's what actually, if I'm buying up here, that's actually what it looks like. And guess what? If I'm buying through high a day here, actually to me, that's what this looks like now, because these get stuffed a ton. A ton. Even look at that. Look at that. Do you see that? That just went from $6 to $4.80 in the blink of an eye. The areas I trade, and it could bounce too. Don't get me wrong. Look, risk reward, it gets drastically better down here. Does that make sense? If I'm playing this support level, even there, you got a 30, 40, 50 cent bounce immediately from off the area. Does that make sense? Because if you're short from 7 and you're not covering in the 5s, you're a greedy fucking pig. Does that make sense? And those greedy pigs, along with these guys, can chase down too. Sorry. Right? There are levels of short sellers. There are chasers there too. Again, there are people shorting it here, guys. Right? But they all become buyers. And that is the principle behind what I like to do, is find that area where they become buyers. And a lot of them, if enough of them become buyers, and then if the algo's running and they want to run it back up so they can dump more shares higher and keep the party going, which is what they fucking do, period. It's what they do. They say it on their website that that's what they do. They're running liquidity through these things. Does that make sense, you guys? Please let me know in chat. This is my last thing I'm preaching for the year. And I'm going to get to my wolf pack people in the Discord. Do I review tickers after the market close for my students? Yeah, I'm doing free watch lists all year next year. Free watch lists all year next year for everybody. Smash the like. And not like shitty ones, real ones. They start on the 1st. We're starting them back up on the 1st with our new staff and everything. See that? That's a buck bounce right there. Right? Does that make sense, y'all? I really hope it does. I hope what I've been trying to get to you makes sense. Because, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's all right. Keep buying through highs. Keep buying through highs. Tomorrow is New Year's. There's no market open tomorrow. There's no markets are closed tomorrow, my friends. Rob said, yo, my kids and wife want to thank you for the 200 I made this morning on VRME. Hey, brother, congrats, my friend. Congrats. Look at that morning spike pattern. Take profits in the VWAP. That's 50 cents, right? It's 30% gain. Come on, guys. Buy patience. If it goes higher, it goes higher. If it doesn't, it doesn't, right? But the single already occurred. Sell the VWAP. People don't even know this shit, guys. Smash the freaking like. People have no clue what they're doing down here. People have no clue what they're doing down here. Long, I'm telling you. They have no clue. The people... I'm talking about like everybody, in my opinion. In terms of like the day trading, these listed tickers, even the swing trading ideas. So look at that bounce, beautiful bounce. All right, my friends, we're going to wrap up. You guys have the most amazing Thanksgiving ever. Thanksgiving, and by that, I mean New Year's. Happy Hanukkah. Have an amazing New Year. It's the last day of our sale for our holiday sale today, obviously. Links down below, I believe, or rwtrades.com. And I'm looking forward to 2025. We're all going to crush it. We're going to all crush. Pack's eating. You know, my wolves on here, we're going to eat. If you guys can understand these concepts, they are not complicated. And a lot of you have been trading for enough years now where not only is this going to make sense, but you should be able to start to implement it pretty quickly. There's a lot more to it. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot more to it. And that's why I try to teach every day when I can. You know, there's a lot more to it. But and that to me is kind of the point of what we do. That's why I stream every day for my students. It's like there are so many nuances, and I can jam pack the lessons in by teaching you those nuances live every day. That's the whole point, you know? So thank you. I love you. We're going to get into these hot sectors and all of the hot patterns going into the beginning. Trading Alpha is dropping at the beginning of next year. The first half will be on YouTube, all the basics. I don't believe you guys need to pay for the basics in that guide, and the rest of it will be very reasonably priced, more reasonably than everyone else's, as everything else we do. Okay? All right, my friends. If you're one of my wolves, we'll catch you in the Discord right now. All right? Catch you in the Discord right now. Much love, everyone. Stay safe out there. Have an amazing and safe New Year's. and we'll catch you guys on Monday, okay, for pre-market prep, and we'll start crushing 2025 together. All right, my friends. Everyone take care. Have a good one.